Please refer my earlier question. What is your earlier question? Three months is next quarter. Now, even when you're talking about quarters, you have only 4 quarters, right? 4 into 3, 12. How can it exceed 12? How can you have 15 months in a year? Is my first question. I'll come back to audit trail. Just hold on. Companies start in the month of January and a financial year. Okay. Now, another interesting concept. Once Surya has asked, suppose my company was founded on the 1st of January 2024, or rather 2025. And I follow the Indian financial year. I close the books of accounts every 31st of March. Surya, what are you doing on the 31st of March 2025? Don't go by that. See, I'll explain. Now, the question is, you have the company starting on, correct? And you are following this particular financial year, 2025 to 2026, 1st of April, 2025 to. So you are closing the books of accounts. Now, since you have founded the business on the 1st of April or the 1st of January, and if you are following the financial year, Indian financial year, aren't you supposed to submit the results My question is, what has happened to this date? It is a legal requirement, right? You will have to submit this. You will have to submit the results as of 31st of December or 31st of March 2025. What has happened to this reporting? So is it 15 months? In this case, now your business is reporting the results of only 3 months. Now this particular concept is called as shortened fiscal year in SAP. This concept where you have less than 12 months of postings is referred to as shortened fiscal year. Now there is another classic exam. Now you may be having some seasonal businesses. For example, your agriculture, which may not run for the whole year. You may have the business running only for 6 to 7 months or even 8 months. So do you report the results of the whole 12 months? Because you do not have transactions for a couple of months at all. So in this case, where you have the business cut to less than 12 months, this scenario is called as your shortened fiscal year. Are you getting my point? I hope I have answered your question. So it cannot be 12 plus 3. So now again, so your reporting financial year will be again this after you close your books of accounts for the shortened fiscal year. Clear? Did you understand this concept? This concept in SAP is called as shortened fiscal year. I hope I was clear, Kunal. Any questions regarding this? So it can never be 15 months. See, sharing this Excel sheet, this is just a scratch pad like I'm using, students. It is not anything. See, as and when I'm explaining, I'm jotting down the points. That's it. Nothing beyond that. So it is not that I need to share this Excel sheet with you. Yeah, I'm taking up the topics and then I'm actually putting down the things. Yeah. So it is not that I'll have to definitely share this Excel sheet. It is just I'm using like a scratch pad. I'm using this Excel sheet as a scratch pad. That's it. Nothing beyond that. So I hope you got the concept of why it cannot be 15 months. Clear? Now let us come back to the course content. Let us see if he has defined what is special periods. See, special periods. Now let us see, let us proceed. Let us spend some time in reading it. This is exactly what I have explained. Standard fiscal year variant delivered by SAP K4, that is January to December. Your fiscal year variant is different from the calendar, non-calendar year fiscal year variant. Here, let us spend some time reading this. It would have been good if you could listen to the audio also, but unfortunately, you're not able to listen to the audio. Please spend some time in reading this, right? So you know how it is 16 now. Yeah. So for that scenario where I opened the business as of 1st of January 2025, right? I used a concept of shortened fiscal year. Okay, I report the business only for those 3 months, Jan, Feb, and March. That is how typically it takes place. So your shortened fiscal year concept is applicable only when your business is operating starting from the mid of a financial year. So in that case, in this case, it was a perfect example where I start the business as of 1st of January 2025. So I report the business as of January 2025, February 2025, and March 2025 for the year April 1st, 2024 to March 31st, 2025. Though I do not have the business for the whole of 2024. Though my financial year starts on the 1st of April 2024, but I have inducted or I have started my business only as of the 1st of January 2025. So I have only 3 months in that particular financial year. As far as how I have defined my fiscal year date or how my business should actually happen. Since I have established my business in India, I'll have to report for a specific year. I hope I was clear. Let us read what is integration or the system defines or determines the posting period from the posting date. What does it mean? Now, if I enter a transaction as of today, what is the posting month for the financial year? It is the 4th posting month. April is number 1. May is 2. June is 3. July is 4. So this is exactly is the meaning. The system determines the posting month, the posting period. Here, did you understand the meaning of this line? So you see the summary. Understand the concept of general ledger accounting. That means the concepts of your company code, your concept of your fiscal year variant, your concept of documents, your concept of document types, number ranges, fiscal year, posting period, account groups, chart of accounts. All these things is expected to have been understood as far as this particular summarization is concerned. Now we are moving on to, I will stop it right now. I will not get into the vendors or the customers. Let us take up one by one. Students, have you understood what has happened till now? All these are the building blocks. Please remember that. One, Kajal has asked me regarding fiscal year and financial year. Both are the same. Both are the same. Your financial year and your fiscal year, they mean the same. Clear? Kajal, the next question I have not understood. Can you please? Students, how was the session going on? So far, so good? Interesting, confusing, complex? Definitely don't say it is boring, because lots and lots have to be understood by you people. So it's definitely not boring, I guess. So I do not want to start anything afresh, any new topic. So interesting, very good, very good. Interesting, very good, very good. Going good, little bit confusing. Yeah, I do agree with your point saying that it's a little confusing because lots and lots of concepts have to be understood. Today's session is very interesting and we have resolved various logical doubts. Perfect. Very nice. So very, very, very encouraging response from you students. Very good. So let us keep up the tempo. Let us go on. But today, since it's almost we still have half an hour more. You're most welcome to ask me any questions, students, because I don't want to start out on a new topic because it could lead to a lot of discussions and it could lead to. I really don't mind, but Kunal, any information you want to pass it on to the students? Little bit confusing. Surya, this is not a PDF. It is your course content for which you will be getting our email. Kunal, I think you still need to tell them how they can get hold of this course content, because somebody is still asking me as to how they can get hold of this. Revise shortly from beginning till now. Okay, let us spend some time. Okay, so two of them have asked. Yeah, I do agree regarding the practical exposure. Please hold on. Okay, please hold on. Wow, very good. So nice. Yes, most of SAP should be learned on the practical domain. So please hold on. Right. So good to note that you people are enjoying the subject and you have started to understand things in the right perspective. Very good. The teaching methodology is also okay. You feel okay with the content. You feel okay how it is being delivered to you. Production sector. I see. Does all production sectors use SAP? May or may not be. See, I wouldn't know if all the manufacturing sectors are using SAP. I still don't know. But all I can say is how SAP does suit the manufacturing sector also, production activities also. Yeah, I wouldn't be in a position, I wouldn't definitely tell, saying that all the production activities are happening only on SAP. No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm trying to tell you is how SAP can be made suitable to be applied to the production sector. All right, that is the thing. Okay. Now, so a few of them wanted to have a recap of whatever I have done till now. Perfect. So from class number 1, we started trying to understand what is ERP, why ERP, what does an organization look at while investing in a ERP product. Need not necessarily be SAP, need not necessarily be SAP. I'm not saying that all the businesses are using SAP. No, not at all. Not at all. They could be using some other products also. It all depends on what exactly they are looking at from SAP and as well as from their business. Clear? That is the first thing. The second thing, since SAP is not a cheap affair in terms of the money being spent to bring in SAP into any organization, it does cost. The company needs to invest a lot of money to bring in SAP, to implement SAP. Clear? Now, how does once the company invests on SAP, how quickly does it want to have the ROI, return on investment? That is the greatest thing what the company wants to look at. How is it going to transform its business? What SAP can offer, what the other systems cannot offer. Right? So these are all the decision-making points which the organization would definitely consider even before venturing out to SAP. Now, we are talking about SAP gaining a lot of market share as far as the ERP business is concerned. It could be one of the top leaders as far as the ERP sector is concerned. Why? As I said, when SAP was founded in 1972, so we spoke about the R3 architecture, we spoke about the R1 architecture, R2 architecture, and what SAP HANA is all about. How did the transformation from ECC to SAP HANA took place or is taking place? Yeah. So we try to touch base all these points, right? And we started understanding about our module, which is SAP Finance. So even before that, we concluded that SAP cannot be implemented only with a few specific modules. It is a combination. Just because finance is very, very critical or finance is very, very basic, you just cannot say that only SAP FI needs to be implemented in an organization. Clear? So as consultants, we work as a team. We work with various teams. We work with various modules in a typical SAP project scenario. All right. Now, it is not necessary that all the SAP project will include all the modules. Not at all. As suppose I'm not into a manufacturing business at all. I do not produce anything, but I'm into a service-based industry. Don't I use SAP? I can use SAP. I have understood how best I can use SAP and I want SAP in my company. But am I manufacturing something? No, I'm not at all manufacturing anything. I'm in fact into a service-based industry. So do I have a requirement for the production planning module? Do I need to have a production planning side of SAP? No, I do not have. I don't want to have the production side of SAP at all. So like this, the role of a consultant becomes very, very critical because he plays the role of a business consultant or a business analyst. So basically your initial opening in your SAP field will be that of a business analyst, where or as a junior consultant, where you will be assisting senior consultants to carry out a few minor works. They will not give you anything very complex. They will involve you in the discussions, but they will not ask you to lead the solution. No, it doesn't happen. You still have to learn a lot of things as a junior. So as a career path, you have your growth starting or your baby steps in SAP starting as a junior consultant. You learn after 1 or 2 projects, after 2 or 3 years, you pick up some things in SAP and the expectations will grow. Your organization will start expecting that you deliver more and more. You are handed over newer responsibilities, greater responsibilities. OK, and you're also supposed to learn a lot of new things, right? In SAP or otherwise. Clear? And as I said, the learning never stops in SAP. It's always learning, and delivering. Because each day, each project is an excellent challenge. Each issue throws up a new challenge and which requires a lot of learning and unlearning. You need to learn a lot of new things. You need to unlearn what you have learned previously. You cannot try to apply the same solutions to every project. So you'll have to unlearn the solutions, whatever you have delivered in the earlier projects. Because this project, this client is very new, very different with a separate set of challenges. So when we started discussing about the finance module, or rather even just before that, we looked at what is an org structure, organizational structure. So what is an organizational structure? It is nothing but a backbone on which your data flows. Data flows within the module and between the modules. Clear? So we saw the components, how the skeleton is made up of. First, we saw what is a client, what is a company code. We saw the requirement for consolidation. We saw the concept of a mother company, the child company codes, and how they are being recognized in SAP through a unique 4-character code. So next, as far as and we also came to know that the company code is the basic building block for any of the SAP projects. Let it involve any modules or let it not involve any module, but still company code is the heart of any SAP project, because every other module starts creating its structure or starts creating its basic elements around the company code. The starting point for the other modules will definitely be the company code. And in the live project scenario, who creates this company code? It is the finance professional. It is only the finance professional who can create the company code, or who can be authorized to create the company code. So what is a company code? It is a legal body, what you create in your SAP system. So after this company code, what do? You need to start your financial transactions, because I said your business is nothing but exchange of money. You give money, you receive money. Money is expended, money is earned. Money comes in, money goes out. Business is necessarily this, right? Anything else apart from this? You may say exchange of goods, but doesn't it involve money also? So ultimately, it is the exchange of money. Perfect. Now, you have the company code. Can you immediately start recording or can you immediately start the transaction? So to start your financial transactions, or as a matter of fact, any transactions, you need to have the general ledger accounts. In SAP, where is the general ledger accounts held? It is held in a master structure called as the chart of accounts. So what are the different types of charts of accounts available in SAP? You have 3 types, out of which only your operational chart of accounts is mandatory, because the operational chart of accounts is the master structure which contains all the general ledger accounts as required by the business. Perfect. So you have the company code, you have the chart of accounts now. Will you be able to start your transaction in your company code now? No. Until and unless SAP knows what set of general ledger accounts my legal entity should use, or should the company code use, Until and unless the consultant sets the relationship, I cannot transact in the company code. So I need to assign the relationship. I need to set up the relationship between any two entities. Basically, one of the entities will be your company code. Now, my chart of accounts may contain thousands and thousands of general ledger accounts, depending on the size of the business. Okay. Now, how would I recognize? How would I categorize? How would I classify my general ledger accounts? It is through a concept called as your account groups. All right. Now, so what is an account group? It's a way that I bifurcate or I classify my huge set of general ledger accounts. Now, I have the company code, I have the chart of accounts. Have I told SAP what is my financial year? My company code is going to open the books of accounts. And when does it close the books of accounts? When does it open? When does it close? Have I established a relationship? No, not until I define a fiscal year variant. So basically, your fiscal year variant is assigned to the company code to make SAP understand that this is the financial year which my legal entity is going to follow, or which my company code is going to follow. So today we just had a look at the concept of the fiscal year variant. So basically there are calendar year, which typical English, January to December, and another category of variant, non-calendar year. So basically your non-calendar year is any variant which is not a calendar year. So any business which is not following the January to December financial opening and closure must use a ready-made available variant or a new requirement of the financial year should be designed by the consultant. If at all there is any other requirement apart from K4 and V3, what is K4 and V3? They are the standard fiscal year variants following the calendar year and following the non-calendar year fiscal year variant. Yeah. So within the financial year, now I said each month is a posting period. So necessarily, I will just throw upon a few questions which makes you think. Now, okay, let me ask the questions a little later. Now, for the current understanding, your every month in your financial year is considered to be a posting period, correct? And how do I control in which month am I entering the transactions. Now I'm in the month of July. How do I stop the user or anybody not to enter transactions for April, May, and June? I should enter the transaction pertaining to the current month only. Is there a way out in SAP where it stops me from entering the transactions for the previous 3 months or previous 3 periods? Yes, it is through a concept called as the posting period variant that you can control these scenario. So there is a concept of, I'm just flashing on the Excel sheet. I hope you are able to see the Excel sheet. So through the posting period variant, you can open or close a period. You can keep the period of accounting open, or in my case, I can keep April, May, June of 2025 closed. And I can also keep August closed. I can only have the current month or the current period as open only. So how is that achieved? It is through the posting period variant. Now, we were talking about only 12 months. Of posting. Only 12 months, right? Do I have more than, do I have 13 months, 14 months? I do not. Right? So whatever case I look at, July to June, September to August, April to March, Jan to December. Is there any month more than 12? Any number more than 12? Absolutely no. You have only 12 regular months of posting. And what SAP offers is something called as special posting periods. Special posting periods, when are they required? Only during the closure of the financial year. Only during the closure of the financial year, then only the concept of your special periods come into picture, not until then. Okay. And SAP allows you a maximum of 4 special posting periods, only 4. So normally you can have 16 periods, 12 plus 12 regular periods plus 4 special posting periods. 12 plus 4 is equal to 60. So you can have a total of 16 periods. I hope this concept was clear. And whenever you have, there was a scenario where I opened the company on the 1st of January this year. But since I have established my business in India, every year I close my books of accounts on the 31st of March. So though I have opened the business on the 1st of January this year, in my first year of business, I follow something called as the shortened fiscal year. But because My first year of reporting is reduced from 12 to 3. It cannot be expanded or it cannot move to, my reporting cannot happen on the 31st of December 2020, 31st of March 2026. I need to definitely close my books of accounts for these 3 months because it is a legal requirement. And this concept is called as the shortened fiscal year. So my first year of business, my business has happened only for 3 months. So I very well submit my results only for those 3 months. Clear? So this is the concept of your short-term fiscal year. There is a concept, and this is also applicable to some seasonal businesses. Like say, I'm into agricultural business. I've implemented SAP, but my agricultural business doesn't run through the whole year. Doesn't happen through the whole year. It happens only for a couple of months, maybe say 7 to 8 months. The other 3 to 4 months, I'm idle. My business will not operate at all because I have nothing to do. So in that scenario, I use the concept of shortened fiscal year. So this concept in SAP is this shortened fiscal year, the concept of shortened fiscal year. So we have fiscal year, posting period, special posting period, shortened fiscal. So now we have a fair understanding of what all these things are. You agree with me? Yeah. Now, after this, what did we do? So we spoke about so many concepts like document types. What is a document type? Basically, how SAP recognizes what kind of a transaction it is. Is it an asset acquisition? Is it an asset depreciation? Is it a simple journal voucher? Is it a customer invoice? So SAP tries to identify the transactions based on the document types. And each transaction, your customer invoice, your customer credit memo, your customer receipts, they all have unique document types, which again is assigned to a unique number range. We will just go through that probably when we meet up tomorrow. So I hope the session was very, very interesting and very, you had quite interesting things to have been learned. You agree with me? So tomorrow morning, we will meet at 11 a.m. Kunal, can we close the session? Thank you.
Sure, sir. We can close the session, sir, for today.
Thank you, students.
Tomorrow again, we will meet you at 11. Stay tuned till that.
Thank you. Bye-bye.